told me you want your security deposit back ×3.
She's saying I destroyed her property, which is so untrue.
Not only did she not pay April's rent, she left furniture on the lawn.
Give me a brief overview of why you're here and what you're asking for.
The reason I'm here is Miss Stimpley, I was a tenant in her house. She leased to me through San Antonio Housing, and I think an illegal eviction, notice to vacate, defamation of character, as well as false allegations that she was telling the neighbors and future landlords of mine of possibly having. And also she's saying I destroyed her property, which is so untrue, at the address that I lived in.
And what are you asking for?
Really, I just don't like the fact that she lied on me, the way she was smearing my name and accused me and my family of destroying her property, and she knows that's not true, and also using my medical health against me, in
Okay,
my
but
opinion.
What do you want the court to give you? Because I can't erase what she did.
I understand that.
So what is the point of this?
My deposit for the house, because when she told us to move, normally my lease through housing and with her was a 3-year stance. She asked me to leave after like a year and a half, saying that neighbors were complaining. She got letters from HOA.
So how much is your deposit?
$1,250, and also she did not give me an itemized receipt of why she kept my deposit.
Okay, what else are you asking for?
That's it. And because I had to borrow money and loan because I am disabled to get money to move and stuff from different areas that I would not have to do.
Then I need the receipts for all of that.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have them?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so how much other than that you're asking for?
That's only $300 for the U-Haul truck. And my deposit is $1,250. And I was told if she did not give me.
$1,550 is what you're asking for.
No, ma'am. I was told, I don't know if this part is true or not, but she did not give me an itemized receipt of the reason why she kept my deposit. She has to pay me 3 times the amount. And I was just going to accept that with no moving or anything if that is granted, the 3 times deposit.
Okay, so you're asking for $39,3750.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right, let me see where you paid the $1,250 for the deposit. Then let me see your pictures through. Did you take pictures through a walkthrough or?
Yes, ma'am. I have video, pictures, notation, and also the damage that she's saying that I did. She approved the work from Roto-Rooter. I also have invoices and pictures from them because it was a leak behind the wall and they had to break through the sheetrock to do the leak. She's saying that I was responsible for that. I have all that documentation.
Let me see what you got. While you do that, I'm gonna have Ms. Steemley go ahead and talk, okay?
Yes.
Go ahead, Ms. Steemley.
Good morning, Judge Garcia in court. Thank you for having me. My name is Latanya Stemley. I am going to open today
Yes, ma'am.
today I stand before you defending my character and my honor. My husband and I had this house built in 2020. In 2023, his mom got sick, so we moved to Virginia to get her better help. All right, so that's where Miss LaMonica comes in with renting her our home. Now, against better judgment, because we're a military family, so my husband wanted to rent out to a military family. But when LaMonica reached out to me in dire need because the prior house she was in was molded and it was having a negative effect on her health then. So she was in a dire need and she begged me. And so against my husband's better judgment, I accepted LaMonica and her family. Okay. So when they moved into the house is just 3 years old. There was nothing, no damage, nothing wrong with our house when they moved into the house. Now, during the 2 years the tenant was in the house, there was all kinds of issues. First of all, when they moved in, just to speak on my character, I left them because she was there with her grandkids. I left them stuff. I left them a bedroom set. I left them a computer. I left them stuff just thinking of a need I can meet. I did that for the Jones family. All right, 2 years into this house, she caused major damage, and she's always saying that she is not responsible for that damage. Now, I have a video. So she has a plus size son who was not on a lease that stayed there. Anyway, this plus size son, when he's on that toilet upstairs, he rocks that toilet and it loosens. And this is what the plumber told me. Now, the reason that they filed the way that they filed, and I'm talking about the plumber, the way that they filed is because they were saying the insurance claim. They knew how to write it up. I didn't. They did that. So he was saying that the plus size guy shakes the toilet or rocks the toilet when he uses it, and it shook the pipe upstairs loose. So now you have the upstairs pipe leaking sewer up from upstairs downstairs. My whole entire, well, not the entire downstairs, but the front of the house has been gutted out. The sheetrock, the tiles, LaMonica claims she has a service dog. This dog urinated and defecated all over our carpet. And we come from a house that don't even wear shoes in the house. And now we can't even walk on that carpet. Okay. So it's damage to the property. The neighbors were calling me all the way in Virginia because my neighbors love me. Were calling me all the way in Virginia. And I mean, 4 different families were calling me all the way from Virginia. And I'm saying, LaMonica, you are not supposed to have animals in the house. Miss Stimley, I do not have animals in the house. Her dog bit a hole through the fence. And I'm saying, you have an animal in the house, and this is through text. No, I don't have an animal in the house. Meanwhile, she doesn't know. My neighbors are taking pictures of the dog coming and going through the fence, through the hole he's created for himself. So when she speaks about what the neighbors and I are talking about, it's because my neighbors and I have a rapport. They love me and they know how I've upkept my house before you. So they call and they let me know what's going on with my house. That's it. They don't even know her name. Bullying. So these pictures, Yana, are pictures of the damage that she's caused, but she didn't know who sent the pictures. So she went knocking on my neighbor's doors to find out who sent the pictures. The builders, the plumbing company sent the pictures. We've gotten HOA notices. We've gotten the lease violation. So I sent you a copy of the lease. The lease states that first year she was on a year contract. So from 2023 to 2024, she was on 1 year contract. And if we did not renew that lease, she was on a month-to-month contract. That's what the lease says, and that's what she signed. And so once there was damages, our lease in Virginia is up July 31st. I had to get LaMonica out of the house so that we can come back, rebuild before I get my stuff in there because I'm not bringing my stuff in there on the damages LaMonica have. So this tenant is a habitual untruth teller. We have multiple correspondences where you can obviously see it's been documented. And so what I was able to do, because I just flew in from Virginia, what I was able to do was assess the property to see what it is we can hold this tenant responsible for. So because that carpet is no good, even though she said she didn't have a pet and then it turned into a service pet, but because that carpet is no good, I was able to get an estimate from the flooring company. I have an estimate for the damages in the house. LaMonica is asking for her security deposit, but LaMonica did not pay April's rent. So she got her notice to vacate in February 28, 2025, and it was a 60-day vacation notice to vacate, instead of the 30 days that I was supposed to give her. It was a 60 days. She did not pay April's rent. Not only did she not pay April's rent, she left furniture on the lawn. I had to pay to get that furniture out of the lawn. She left her furniture. She damaged the fence. I had to pay to get that taken care of. So on top of that, there was, she just
Okay,
took.
give me 1 minute. Hold on. So Miss Stanley, I'm sorry, Stephanie, when Miss Jones moved out, did she give you a forwarding address?
She did not. She also did not
Okay,
return.
just answer my question.
Okay.
So she gave you no forwarding address.
No.
Did she give you advance notice that she was moving out?
Yeah. She told me that she was moving out after the day that I gave her. So I don't know if that was, I guess she told me in
Because you
advance
gave
that
her a
she
notice
wasn't
to
gonna
vacate, is that
vacate.
correct? You gave her a notice to vacate?
I did.
Okay. Okay, give me 1 minute, okay? All right, so Miss Jones.
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
You brought this case on a security deposit, correct? I asked you what you were asking for, and you told me you want your security deposit back times 3, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Which is 1550. So all we're talking about right now is the security deposit, because I asked you very specifically what you wanted. Okay, so now we go into the requirements for the security deposit, and that's all I need to focus on.
Yes, ma'am.
Not what the neighbor said, not what your dog is doing, not what 90% of all this whole testimony is about. All I need to worry about is the security deposit and what the requirements are for the security deposit.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
because that's what you just asked for. So part of the requirements of the security deposits is a requirement the landlord must refund the security deposit to the tenant on or before the 30th day the tenant moves out. But only if the tenant gives the landlord written statement of the tenant's forwarding address. So do you have proof that you gave her forwarding address when you moved out?
I do not, at the time, I did not have a forwarding address. That's why I did not give it to her. And I let her know that well, not the neighbor, but I let her know I did not have a forwarding address. I
You
did
let
not
who
give
know?
it to her. Miss Stimpley.
Can I see that text?
No, I don't have the
Okay,
text.
so you have no proof of anything.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. The forwarding address, I did not give her because I did not have it. I literally just got it. I just got it. But she had my phone numbers and I emailed her and I let her know I will be living. The date that she gave me, I will be out of that house by that day.
Okay,
And
but
it
how is
was
she supposed to return your security deposit without a forwarding address?
because when I got it, I was gonna give it to her. I just got it. I just got it.
Okay, but it doesn't, the law doesn't work like that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. All this other stuff that we're talking about right here, it's not that it doesn't matter, but that's why I have to focus on certain things. I asked you from the beginning what you wanted. You wanted your security, so I had to focus on now that.
Is the change of address admittable as that?
What do you mean?
When I submitted the change of address for the different address.
Where did you submit that? To the court?
The post, no, I
Oh,
didn't.
to the post office?
Yes.
When did you submit that? And do you have proof of that?
Yeah, yes, ma'am, I have proof
Let
of
me
it.
see where you submitted your change of address.
And also for the dog.
I don't,
You don't,
that's
okay.
irrelevant. Okay, I don't have no countersuit on you. I have a response, but not a countersuit. Did you pay for a countersuit?
Then
Then you can't claim any.
Noted in my
damages.
response.
Ma'am, the receipt, I don't know if this is admittable or not, but it's the, saying about, disregard because you are moving. And I put in the address for where I'm at right now,
Let me
but this
see.
is,
I don't know what you're looking at. Let me see.
April 28th.
When did you move out?
I was noticed to vacate April 30th. To be out by April 30th.
And you moved out April 30th?
Yes, I was out the property.
Let me see. What you're looking at?
Oh,
And who was this to? Who is?
that's for, because she rented it through the housing program, and that's notification, and also
But who's this woman?
Miss Patricia Berry. That's who we turn our paperwork in through moving and everything through the housing, because that's how we move. And I also have notice to vacate of the paperwork that we had to sign.
Yeah, but this was sent to housing,
Yes, ma'am.
not to her. Okay.
When we get the notice to vacate that we had to fill out, it's in here. I just have to find it.
Well, the notice to vacate's irrelevant.
It is?
Yes, because I need a forwarding address. That's what I'm focused on, not a notice to vacate.
Oh,
What is the notice to vacate? The notice to vacate is something she gave you.
well, it shows the new address and stuff like that. It shows the
Let
new
me see what
address.
you got. Your notice to vacate shows your new address?
Ma'am?
Your notice to vacate shows your new address?
No, it shows that we gave the information to vacate, but I have the notice to show the new address because we have to go through.
Yes, but all
process.
that was given to housing.
Yes, and
I
also
need-
to her.
Okay, let me see where you gave her the forwarding address.
Oh, I didn't give her the 40 address
Okay,
because I just got it.
okay.
But she has my information and stuff. And I let her know as soon as I get it, I'll be giving it to her.
Okay, I understand that, but that
Okay.
it doesn't work whenever you get it. You have to make sure that you give it to her within a certain amount of time, because other than that, you release her from all this. This is by law.
Okay.
Okay, so if you're claiming deposit, then you need to do your part too, because she don't know where to give it to you.
That's absolutely correct. Can I ask another
Mhm.
question? Is any of that, it doesn't matter if she broke the contract or anything like that
As far as
for for the lease?
and breaking the contract, how?
Breaking the contract is because she notified housing that she was paying all the bills and she didn't pay any of the bills, and they gave her extra funding because she said she was paying all the bills.
Okay, that's gonna be, you're gonna have to hire an attorney for that, because
Okay.
you're getting into a lot of accusations.
And that has nothing to do with my contract?
And, well, you've got to prove that as well. And do you have proof of that?
Yes,
Let me
yes,
see
ma'am.
what you got.
I have all the bills that was in my name the whole entire time that I stayed there. Down to the trash. What made me look into that deeper is because I received, these are all bills
Ms.
for
Dimley, what's going on with that?
water. This is
My
for-
rent was $2,700.
these are
My rent was
all the bills that were in my name From the
$2,750.
water utility.
And so when
This goes
housing
in.
came with an amount, we kept going back so that they would raise the
And
amount
here's the
because it's a new house. And
Pictures.
so once housing gave their amount, she agreed to
And-
pay the difference so that she can move into the house.
But you never.
That was her idea. So this is my first housing rental and it'll probably be my last, but she knew what to do. I had no idea, so I still don't know.
So
So-
housing was paying a portion and she was paying a portion.
Right, right.
Is that right, Ms. Jones?
Yes, ma'am.
So you were paying a portion and housing was paying a portion?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so she was not paying any portion.
No, we were paying it to her.
Okay, but you're saying that she said she was paying everything?
Oh, yeah, she said she was paying like the water, the utilities and stuff like that.
She was telling who that?
Housing that.
And were you telling housing you were paying the water and light?
I didn't fill out the information. LaMonica filled out the information, so I don't know what Ms. Jones is speaking of. It's the $1,886 from housing, and the rent was $2,750. LaMonica said that she was gonna pay the rest. And so I don't know what she finagled, but no, ma'am.
Ma'am, when you
But
deal
that
with
was
San
a
Antonio,
desperation to try to get into the house.
All right, none of this is legal. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and make my ruling at this point. Those are irrelevant. All right. Mhm. Anybody else got anything else to say, Ms. Jones? You've got 5 minutes and, 2 minutes to close out, and then Ms. Steamy, you as well. Go ahead.
yes, ma'am. And about the last information that you asked her, through the housing, we do go through a DocuSign. And the information that we fill out, the tenant fills it out first. It's true, I did know a lot of stuff and she never did it. But I informed her of that and she said she had the solar panel. But long story short, she knew she was not paying all the bills. I have pictures, evidence, proof I did not destroy her property. The Roto-Rooter people is the one that gutted out the house. She gave the information and she also informed them, since I'm not helping to pay for the $14,000, that not to show me or tell me anything about what was going on. They just so happened to email me the entire invoice that I showed you. They literally had to gut the wall, break through, and she's saying my son, my large son, Christopher, was not there. He was in the hospital. Yes, he was on the lease, but I can prove without a doubt Chris was not there. And it was not the upstairs bathroom. It was the hallway half bathroom with the pictures I showed you in the little thing right there. And Michael, the lead technician that was out there before they were informed not to notify me of any information, had already told me what was going on. The pipe, it was the hard PCV pipe, it cracked in the wall because of the weather. And that's what made the leak underneath the door. She told them, don't tell me anything. I even asked her for the invoice because my water bill was well over $500, as you saw. She refused to give me the invoice. And so I kept calling up there, and just by the stroke of God that they emailed me the invoice. I did not destroy her property. I have videos, pictures, and she's saying my service dog defecated and urine on the carpet. They pulled that carpet up because of the water that was on there. She also knows that with the pictures that I showed you as well. That was in the first bathroom. They took the doors off, took 2 feet down sheetrock off the wall. Poppy wasn't even allowed upstairs, and he does have a service ID. I showed, or it's up there as well. She was notified of that. Then she changed her mind, talking about her husband didn't want the dog smell in the house.
Okay. All right, Ms. Jones. All right, go ahead, Ms. Steven.
All right, Your Honor, thank you. LaMonica dismisses the damage she caused because I am the landlord, and in her head, although I know it's my house and I'm supposed to get this house fixed, but this house was not damaged before. There was no water damage. There was nothing, no stains on my carpet all over the house. There was none of that before she moved in. She was sickly before she moved in a house. She claimed that she was evicted early. She claims that she was evicted early when she was on a month-to-month lease. She was allowed the 60 days before the 30 days. And with that security deposit, she didn't pay the last month rent. So that kind of ate that up, as well as it's all kinds of stuff that walked out the house. The fire alarms, the 5-gallon paint. It's everything she just took. If it wasn't bolted, she took all kinds of stuff. So if it wasn't bolted, she removed it. I am asking that you drop Ms. Jones's claim.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and make my decision. It's gonna be a take nothing judgment. Everyone's got 21 days to appeal it. Thank you.
Can I countersue, or is that something different?
You can contact an attorney or contact the clerks up in the front. They'll give you procedural questions.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let me get Crew Enterprise and Liliana. I'm gonna take a 5-minute break real quick though, okay? Y'all can come up, councils.
Too often with people in other parties such as this, and you just can't seem to work it out. Don't resort to taking the law in your own hands.
We'll hear the litigants' reaction.